Hello children and viewers. So in this class I am going to explain the fundamentals related to graph and nothing but what is graph and how to draw the graph. So after drawing the graph we get a straight line or curved line. So for that straight line or curved line, so how can we find the slope and as well as how can we estimate the slope? So because in physics, so there is a lot of importance to find the slope. So that's why I am going to explain the fundamentals of graph. So first of all, what is graph? What is graph? So the graph is nothing but the pictorial representation of two physical quantities. So generally in physics, we generally use the physical quantities. So that's why we have to represent the two physical quantities pictorially. So the pictorial representation of the two physical quantity will be called as what? Graph. So what is the graph? The graph is nothing but so the pictorial representation. The pictorial representation of two physical quantities. Two physical quantities. So generally in the mathematics, the definition of graph is the pictorial representation of two coordinates. So in place of the coordinates, so in the physics we are using two physical quantities. So the two physical quantity may be displacement time, velocity time, pressure volume, as well as the current potential difference. So like so many two physical quantities are there in physics. So that's why to represent such type of two physical quantities, so pictorially, so that is nothing but the graph. So but in these two physical quantities, so one quantity will be called as the dependent quantity and other quantity will be called as what? Independent quantity. So for example, if I take the two physical quantities, one is the time and the second one is the displacement. So to understand, so what is dependent quantity, what is independent quantity, and so how to draw the graph. I am taking the two physical quantities, one is the time and second one is the displacement. So now I am taking the displacement at different times. So now the displacement is represented with S letter. Now I am taking the displacement in kilometer and the time in minutes. The time will be in the minutes. For example, the displacement at the 0 minutes, consider the 0 kilometer. The displacement of this body when the time will be in 10 minutes, consider 5 kilometers. When the time is 20 kilometers, when the time is 20 minutes, now consider the displacement of the body will be 10 kilometer. When the time is 30 minutes, the displacement of the body will be considered 15. When the time is 40 minutes, the displacement will be considered 20 kilometer. So now these are the two physical quantities I am taking. So but in these two physical quantities, so what are the two physical quantities here? One is the time and second one is the displacement. So now the displacement will be dependent upon the time. So that's why this displacement will be called as a dependent quantity and this time is called the independent quantity. So that's why generally when we are drawing the graph, we have to select the two physical quantity. So in the two physical quantity, one is called the dependent quantity, other one is called the independent. So for example, if here I take the time, one is physical quantity and the displacement is another physical quantity. So the displacement physical quantity is called the dependent physical quantity and the time will be called as what? Independent physical quantity. So after selecting the physical quantities, so to draw the graph, so the graph may be drawn on the graph paper as well as the plain paper. So to draw the graph on the graph paper or plain paper, so first of all we have to draw the two perpendicular lines. We have to draw the two perpendicular lines. So either on the graph paper or plain paper. So after drawing the two perpendicular lines at the center of the graph, or at the center of the plain paper. So now consider, so this horizontal line will be consider this horizontal line will be as x-axis, and so this vertical line will be so taken as the y-axis or consider as y-axis. So after drawing the two perpendicular lines, so the horizontal line will be called as x-axis and vertical line will be called as what? Y-axis, and the center of these two perpendicular lines will be called as origin or the intersection point of x-axis and y-axis will be called as what? Origin. So here O will be called as what? Origin. And so the left side of the origin x-axis will be called as positive x-axis, and the right side of the origin x-axis will be called as negative x-axis, and so the y-axis which is above this origin will be called as positive y-axis. So the y-axis which is below this origin will be called as what? Negative y-axis. Negative y-axis. So after drawing these two perpendicular lines are the x-axis and y-axis, so we have to divide this x-axis and y-axis into equal parts. So if the graph is going to drawn on the graph paper, so there is no need to divide, because on the graph paper already the graph paper is divided into some equal parts. But when you are drawing the graph on the plain paper, so you have to divide this x-axis and y-axis into some equal parts or equal divisions. So these equal parts and equal division will be called as unit. So we have to divide this x-axis and y-axis into some equal parts or equal divisions. So these equal parts and equal divisions will be called as what? Units. So after dividing this x-axis and y-axis into equal part, so each equal part, and one equal part is nothing but one equal part is equal to, we call as one unit or one division. So after dividing this x-axis and y-axis into equal part, now we have to assign some numerical values. So the giving the numerical values to the x-axis and y-axis will be called as scaling, and nothing but giving or arranging the scale on x-axis and arranging the scale on y-axis. But the arranging the scale or the giving the numerical values will be to each equal part or unit will be, so depend upon the two physical quantity, and nothing but for which two physical quantity you are going to draw the graph, so that will be depend, and nothing but the assigning of the numerical value will be depend upon the two physical quantity for which we are going to draw the graph. Because if I take the time and displacement, so the time will be in minutes and the displacement will be in kilometer. If I take the velocity and time, so the velocity in meter per second and the time will be in seconds or hours or minutes. So that's why the assigning the numerical will be depend upon the two physical quantities. So but generally, so the dependent quantity can be taken on y-axis and the independent quantity can be taken as x-axis. And nothing but on x-axis what we are taken, on x-axis generally we take the independent physical quantity. On y-axis we take the dependent quantity. So now here the time is the independent and displacement is the dependent. So that's why on x-axis I am taking the time. So the time will be in minutes. So that's why you have to write the t will be in minutes. And nothing but I am going to take the time in minutes. And next one, so I am taking the dependent quantity. What is the dependent quantity? Displacement on y-axis. So the displacement, this is the displacement. So I am taking on y-axis, but the displacement is in kilometer. Okay. So now you have to assign numerical value. That will be called as what? Arranging the scale. So first of all, I am giving the scale to x-axis. So scale on x-axis. So now the scale under how much, and nothing but, so the 1 unit will be represent how much, that you have to write on the, so the rightmost of the graph. So that's why you are writing scale. The scale on x-axis is nothing but, so the 1 unit I am going to take is nothing but the 10 minutes. So 1 unit on the x-axis can be represent the 10 minutes. If the 1 unit can be represent the 10 minutes, the 2 unit can be represent 20 units and 3 units can be represent 30 minutes. So so we have to arrange the scale. So now here 1 unit on x-axis will be represent 10 minutes and next 2 units the 20, 3 units the 30, 4 units the 40, 5 units the 50 minutes, 6 units is the 60 minutes, 7 units is the 70 minutes and this is 80 minutes. So now this is called the arranging of the scale to the x-axis. So how much the 1 unit is representing, that you have to write on the topmost, on the nothing but the rightmost of the graph. Right topmost of the graph. And next I am going to assign the scale to the y-axis. So but on the y-axis what you are taking displacement, the displacement is in kilometer, and nothing but the scale on y-axis will be in kilometer. Okay, so the scale is in kilometer, we are going to take, but you have to represent, so that 1 unit can be represent how much. So next, scale on y-axis, so 1 unit equal to how much, I am taking the 1 unit is the, so 5 kilometer. So that is your choice. So unit అనేది మీరు ఎంత తీసుకుంటారు, that is your choice. I am taking here the 1 unit on the axis 5 kilometer. You may take 1 kilometer or 2 kilometer or 3 kilometer. That is your choice. So but I am taking, so 1 unit is how much, 5 kilometer. If the 1 unit is represent the 5 kilometer, 2 units represent 10 kilometer, third 3 units can be represent the 15, 4 units can be represent 20, 5 units can be represent 25, and 6 unit can be represent 30 kilometer. Like this you have to arrange the scale. Okay, after arranging the scale or after assigning the numerical values to the x-axis and y-axis, now we have to draw the graph for this given data, or for this given data or for this given observations. So now what are the observations? The first observation is 0, 0. Second observation is 10, 5. Third observation is 20, 10. Fourth observation is 30, 15. So first of all I am going to represent the first observation. What is the first observation? That is the 0, 0. So this first 0 represent the x coordinate and second 0 represent the y coordinate. So x coordinate and y coordinate. So the x coordinate is how much, 0, and x coordinate is nothing but what, x coordinate. To represent x coordinate, first of all to move along the x axis, and to represent the y axis you have to move along the vertical direction or along the y axis. So the 0, 0 is nothing but at the origin. So now this is 0, 0. And next I am going to represent the 10, 5. 10, 5. To represent the 10, 5, first move along the x axis up to reach the 30 minutes. So start from 0 or start from the origin and move along x axis, so until reach the 10 minutes. So now these are 10 minutes. So then after move along the y axis or move along the vertical direction to reach the 5 kilometer. So now first of all I moved the origin to until the to get the 10 minutes, then after I am moving vertical direction to until reach the 5 kilometer. So now this is the point. So this point can be represented the 10 minutes 5 kilometer. And next 20 minutes 10 kilometer. 20 minutes 10 kilometer. So first of all to represent the 20 minutes and 10 kilometer, so start from origin and move along the x axis until reach the 20 minutes, and then after move along the vertical direction to reach the 10 kilometer. So now this is a point, this point can be represented the, so 20 minutes and 10 kilometer. And now I am going to represent the 30 minutes and 15 kilometer. So now move along x axis until reach the 30 minutes. So then move along the vertical direction until reach the 15 kilometer. So now this is the 15 kilometer and 30 minutes point, and this point can be represented the, so 30 minutes 15 kilometer. And next 40 minutes 20 kilometer. So now move along x axis until you get the 40 minutes, until reach the 40 minutes. So then after move along the y axis or vertical direction until to reach the 20 kilometer. So this is a point, this point can be represented the 20 kilometers and 40 minutes. So after representing the points corresponding to the given data, so then after join the line, join that points. So when you join that points, so you may get a straight line or curved line. So here you got the straight line, but you sometimes you get the curved line also. Okay, you draw the graph. So now you learn the what is the graph and how to draw the graph. So what is the importance of this graph? The important how and nothing but why we are drawing the graph. So the drawing of the graph importance is nothing but to explain the motion of the body or to explain the relation between the two physical quantities, and as well as sometimes so the slope of the graph or the slope of the line or curved line can be represent another physical quantity. So that's why to analyze the motion of the body, to analyze the relation between the given physical quantity and we have to draw the graph. By finding the graph, so we have to find the slope, and as well as sometimes we have to find the area under the graph, So by nothing but by drawing the graph, so sometimes we have to find the slope of graph, and second one is sometimes we have to find the area under graph or underline. So these two things we have to find after drawing the graph. So first of all, I am going to explain how to find the slope of the graph. So the slope of the graph can be determined. So next I am going to explain how to find slope of the graph. So the finding of the slope of the graph is two ways, and nothing but there are the two ways to find the slope of the graph. So the first method will be so first of all, if you get the straight line, so draw the tangent at 2 points. So if I draw the tangent, so if you get the straight line at 2 different points, so that also in the direction of the same straight line. That's why simple find the angle made by the straight line with x-axis in which direction? In anti-clock direction. Remember. So find the angle made by the straight line with the x-axis in anti-clockwise direction. So after finding this angle, so the tangent value of this angle will be called as slope of the graph. So now the slope of the graph in the first method is nothing but what? The slope of the graph is represented with the letter m. M is nothing but slope. So in the first method, the slope of the graph is nothing but, so the tangent or the tan value of this angle, and nothing but this m equal to tan theta. So this is the first method. So what is the first method? So if you get the straight line, so draw the tangent at 2 points on the line. So if you get the straight line, and again if you draw the tangent at the 2 points on the straight line, so nothing but the tangents also along in the straight line. So that's a simple. First of all, find the angle made by the line with x-axis in the anti-clockwise direction. So then after find the tan value of that angle. That value can be represent the what? Slope. That value can be represent the slope. So if you get the curve line, so this is if you get the straight line. For example, if you get the curve line like this, so how can you find the slope? How can you estimate the slope? First of all, you have to draw the tangent. At 2 different points. If this is a tangent drawn at this point. Now this is a tangent drawn at this point. And now when you drawing the tangent, so extend the tangent until they will be intersect this x-axis. So then check the angle. Check the angle made by the tangent drawn at 2 different points. So if this angle made by this tangent will be equal to 0, then the slope of the graph is 0. If this angle made by this tangent will be less than 90 degrees and acute angle, so then the slope of the graph is positive. If this angle made by the tangent or the straight line will be equal to 90 degrees, so then the slope is said to be infinity or undefined. So now if the slope of the graph, if the angle made by this tangent or straight line will be greater than 90 degrees, so in that case the slope of the graph is said to be negative. So if these tangents are straight line, so make the angle 0 degrees with the x-axis, then the slope of the graph is 0. So if the angle made by this line or this tangents will be less than 90 degrees, then the slope of the line will be positive or graph is positive. So if the angle made by the tangent with x-axis or the line will be equal to 90 degrees, so then the slope is undefined or infinity. So if the angle made by this tangent with x-axis or this line with the x-axis will be greater than 90 or obtuse, so in that case the slope of the graph will be negative. So in this way we can estimate the slope, whether it is positive or negative or zero or undefined. Undefined. This is the first method. This is the first method. Now come to the second method. The second method is, so to find the slope of the graph or the line and select the second method is select the 2 points. Select the 2 points on the graph. So now I am selecting the 2 points on the graph. So one is A and second one is B. Then after, draw the perpendicular from the 2 points to the x-axis. So then these two lines will be intersect somewhere on the x-axis. So the lines where the two lines is intersecting on the x-axis. So now this value can be taken as the x1 and this value can be taken as x2, and nothing but, so when we draw the two perpendiculars from the 2 points to the x-axis, they will be intersect somewhere on the x-axis. So that point can be taken as what? x1 and x2. And as well as if we draw the two perpendicular from the 2 points to the y-axis, so that two perpendicular is also intersect to the y-axis somewhere. So that points can be taken as what? y2 and y1. So after drawing the, and after first of all you have to select the 2 points. So after selecting the 2 points on the line, so draw the perpendicular to the x-axis and draw the perpendicular to the y-axis from that points. So then they will be intersect on the x-axis somewhere at 2 points. That 2 points can be taken as x1 and x2 and nothing but, so the values corresponding to the intersection point can be taken as x1 and x2. And so when we draw the perpendiculars to the y-axis, so that perpendiculars will be intersect on the y-axis somewhere. So that intersecting points can be taken as what, or that values can be taken as what, y1 and y2. So after drawing this all the things, so then after, so find the difference of these two and nothing but find the difference of the y coordinate and find the difference of the x coordinate. So then divide the, or nothing but, so the ratio, then after find the ratio of the difference of the y coordinate to difference of the x coordinate. So we are selecting the 2 points. After selecting the 2 points on the line, we are drawing the perpendicular to x-axis and y-axis. They will be intersect somewhere on the x-axis and y-axis. So that intersect point on the x-axis will be gives x coordinate. The intersect on the y-axis will be gives the y coordinate. So then after find the difference between the y coordinates and difference between the x coordinate. And if you find the ratio between the difference in the y coordinate to x coordinate, that can be gives the slope. That can be gives the slope. So now I am going to find the slope here. For example, so what is the difference of the y coordinates? Y coordinate here, y2 is the 20 and y1 is the 10, and nothing but y2 minus y1 is nothing but what? 20 minus 10, and that is how much? That equal to, so 10 kilometer. And what is the difference of the x coordinate? x2 is nothing but the 40 minutes and x1 is the 20 minutes. So that's a 40 minus 20, that is nothing but 20 minutes. So now what is the y2 minus y1? So 10 kilometer. So by x2 minus x1 is nothing but 20 minutes. So nothing but 10 1s are 10 2s are, and nothing but here what is the slope of the graph? So 1/2 kilometer per minute, and nothing but here the slope of the graph gives the, and in case of the displacement versus time, the slope of the graph can gives the velocity, and nothing but by finding the slope we are estimating the velocity. And what is the velocity of this graph? That is nothing but 1/2 kilometer per minute. So these are the two methods to find or estimate the slope of the graph. So if you get the curved line is also the same method. So select the 2 points and after that draw the two perpendicular to x-axis and y-axis. So then after find the difference of the y coordinate and difference of the x coordinate, and this is the y2 and this is the y1 and this is the x2 and this is the x1. So then after finding the difference between the y coordinate and x coordinate, and after divide the ratio or find the ratio of the difference of y coordinate to difference of the x coordinate, that can be gives the slope of the graph. And next, so what is the simple technique? What is the simple technique to estimate the line graph and as well as the curved graph? I am going to explain. Listen. the simple trick, and how can easily estimate? How can we easily estimate? For example, if you draw the graph, so the graph will be like this sometimes. So if you draw the graph, so the graph will be like this sometimes. So if you draw the graph, so sometimes the graph will be like this. So if you draw the graph, sometimes the graph will be like this. So if you draw the graph, sometimes the graph will be like this. So how can we estimate the slope? How can we estimate the slope? Whether it is the slope is constant or the slope is changing, the slope is positive, the slope is negative, or either the slope will be zero. How can you estimate? To estimate the slope, the simple trick is nothing but, so first of all, so look at that graph. Look at the graph and select the 2 points on the graph. Select the 2 points on the graph line. And selecting the 2 points on the and anywhere. So select the 2 points on the line anywhere. And at that point, you have to draw the tangent. You have to draw the tangent at that point to that line. So now I am drawing the tangent at this point. So when I draw the tangent is also in the direction of the line. So now at this point when I draw the tangent is also in the same direction. Now guess that how much angle this will be made with the x-axis, because they are both are in this x-axis and this is y-axis. So the tangents and as well as that line is parallel to this x-axis. So that's why the angle made by this tangential line will be how much? 0 degrees. So if the angle is 0 degrees, so what is about the slope? The slope will be the slope is also 0. The slope is also 0. And as well as, so if you observe this tangent, so the tangent making by the angle, that angle made by the tangent with respect to time is not changing. So always what? 0. So at the time t1 is 0, at the time t2 is also 0, and nothing but what is happening? So when the time is changing, so the slope is nothing but not changing and the slope is constant here. And the slope is theta is constant. Theta is constant is nothing but slope is also constant, and the slope is 0 and as well as it is constant here. Now coming to this line, this graph. So now this x-axis and this is the y-axis. So how can we estimate the slope? So again same, select the 2 points. So draw the tangents at that points or extend that tangents until they will be intersect the x-axis. So again these tangents, when the tangents are drawn, so they are in the direction of the same line. So that's why the estimate the angle made by this line with x-axis. So now guess whether it will be 0 or less than 90 or greater than 90. Now it will be less than 90. Now it will be less than 90. So now the slope of the graph is what? Positive. Okay. You estimated the slope of the graph either positive or negative. Now estimate whether it is changing or not with respect to time. So to estimate whether the slope is increasing or decreasing with respect to time. So now observe. So the angle made by the 2 tangents here. So the angle made by the 2 tangents here not changing when the time is changes. So this is a t1 time and this is a t2 time. So now when the time is increasing, so the theta is also not changing and the theta is not changing. The theta is constant. So that's why the slope of the graph is also not changes when the time is changes. The slope is positive but it does not change when the time is changing. Now coming to but this is a positive slope. Now coming to this graph. So this is x-axis and this is the y-axis. Again to estimate this graph, so select the 2 points on the line or graph, then draw the tangents. Draw the tangents for the 2 points. So again the tangents are in the direction of the same line. So that's why now estimate the angle made by this line with x-axis. So how much angle it will be made? So now this angle made by this line or the tangent will be how much? It will be greater than 90 degrees. When it will be greater than 90 degrees, what about the slope of the graph become? Negative. Okay, the slope of the graph is negative. Now we have to guess whether the slope is changing with respect to time or not. So for that purpose, so now observe the angle made by this tangent with the x-axis. So now that angle is also not changing and nothing but this at the t1 time, this at the t2 time. So the angle made by the tangent with the x-axis is also not changing. So again when they extended back, they will be intersected on the x-axis. Now the angle made by this tangent is also how much? Theta. But with respect to time, the angle made by this tangent and line cannot be changing. So that's why when the time is changing or increasing, so the theta is not changing, theta is constant. So that's why the slope is also constant here. So now coming to this graph. So this x-axis and this is the y-axis. Now this time this graph is curved, or this line will be curved. Again to estimate slope. So now select the 2 points on the graph or on the line. Then after draw the tangents. Now this is a tangent drawn to this point, at this point, for this curved line. So this is making how much angle? Now consider this is a theta 1. Now I am going to draw the tangent at this point. So now this is the tangent drawn at this point, and this is the angle made by this line or tangent. Angle made by the tangent with x-axis. This is theta. Now observe. So this theta 1 is less than 90 degrees and theta 2 is also less than 90 degrees. So that's why the slope of the graph is what? Positive. The slope of the graph is positive. But this is the tangent when time is t1, and this is the tangent when time is at t2. This is the t2 time and this is the t1 time. But when the time is increasing, observe. So here the theta 2 is greater than theta 1. The theta 2 will be more and theta 1 will be less, because so that's nothing but, so here this angle will be less and here angle will be more. Observe, this is the tangent and this is the tangent. So where the angle will be more, here the angle made by the tangent will be more, here will be less. And when the time is increasing, so the angle is also increasing, and nothing but the theta is also increasing. Theta is also increasing. The slope of the graph is also increases. So now it is positive, but when the time is changing, the theta is also increasing, and the angle made by the tangent different times is also increases. That's why the slope of the graph is also increases. Remember. Now come to this graph. This x-axis and this is the y-axis. Now again to estimate the slope, select the 2 points. On the graph. And then after, this is the point at t1 time, this is the point at t2 time. And now draw the tangent at this point. When you draw the tangent at this point, now this is the angle made by the tangent with x-axis. Now consider theta 1. Now this is the point when time is t2. Now at this point when you draw the tangent, now this is the tangent. So now this is the angle made by this tangent when time t2. So what is the angle here? Theta 2. So now when you observe the theta 1 and theta 2, theta 1 is less than 90 degrees and theta 2 is also less than 90 degrees, and nothing but the slope will be positive. The slope is positive. But here, so when slope is positive, now we have to check whether the slope is increasing or decreasing or constant with respect to time. So now when the time is increasing, observe. So this angle made by the tangent at t1. And now this angle made by the tangent at t2. So what is happening? At t1 the angle is more, at t2 the angle will be less. And nothing but here the theta 1 is greater than theta 2. And nothing but the theta 2 is less than theta 1. So now at the t2 time, this is the tangent, and nothing but theta 2 is less and theta 1 is more. And when the time is increasing, so the angle made by the tangents is decreasing, or angle made by this line, tangent lines will be decreasing. That's why the slope of the graph will be decreases. And now coming to the, so if the graph will be like this, how can we estimate? So if the graph will be like this, and next one, if the graph will be like this, and next one, if the graph will be like this. So this x-axis and y-axis, x-axis and y-axis, x-axis and y-axis. So how can you estimate the slope? And how can you check whether the slope is increasing or decreasing with respect to time? Simple, the same technique. Select the 2 points on the graph, and this is the point when time t1, this is the point when time t2, and then after draw the tangents at that point. So now this is a tangent, drawn to at this point. So now this will be made, consider angle theta 2 with the x-axis. Now when I draw the tangent at this point, So now this is a make some angle with x axis, that will be considered theta 1. Sorry, we have to measure the angle with x axis in which direction? In anti-clockwise direction. Sorry. So now this angle made by this line or tangent. Now this angle made by this what? Tangent with the x axis. So now here consider this is a theta 1 and this is a theta 2. So here the theta 1 will be greater than 90 degrees and theta 2 is also greater than 90 degrees. So generally the angle made by the tangential line can be measured with x axis in which direction? In the anti-clockwise direction. So not the clockwise. Remember. So if the theta 1, theta 2 is greater than 90, and nothing but, so if the angle will be greater than 90, what happened? The slope of the graph will be what? Negative. The slope of the graph is negative. Okay. You find the whether slope is positive or negative. Now you have to estimate where slope is increasing or decreasing. Slope is increasing or decreasing with respect to time, and when the time is increasing. When the time is increasing. Now observe. So this is the angle made by the tangent T1. And this is the angle made by the tangent T2. What will be more? Which will be more? Here the theta 1 will be less and theta 2 will be more. Observe. This angle will be and this angle. Here the steepness will be more here. అంటే ఇట్లా ఎక్కువ పడుకుంటుంది, ఇది తక్కువ పడుకుంది. అంటే ఎక్కువ పడుకుంటే ఎక్కువ యాంగిల్, తక్కువ పడుకుంటే తక్కువ యాంగిల్. సో హియర్ ద స్టీపింగ్ లెస్ and here the steeping will be more. And nothing but here, so the theta 2 is greater than the theta 1. Theta 2 will be more, theta 1. Theta 2 is nothing but the tangent and the tangent angle made by this tangent when time is t2. At nothing but the time is increasing. So what is happening? So the slope is also increasing. The slope is also increasing. So when the time is increasing, the slope is also increasing. Here theta 2 will be more, theta 1 will be less. Theta 1 is nothing but, so the angle made by the tangent when time will be t2. So that's why when the theta is increasing, the slope is also increases. The slope is also increases. So now coming to this graph, how can you estimate? Again, to estimate this graph, so you have to draw the tangent. So select the 2 points on the line and now consider this is a point, this is a t2 time and this is a t1 time. On x axis you are taking the time, for example. So now draw the tangent at the t2 time and draw the tangent at that point when the time is t1. Now this is the angle made by the tangent when time is t1 and nothing but this is a theta 1. And this is the tangent when we draw the entry time t2. So this is the angle, this is the theta 2. So now theta 1 will be greater than 90 degrees and theta 2 is also greater than 90 degrees. So that way the slope of the graph is what? Negative. Okay, you estimated the slope is positive or negative. But with respect to time, the slope is increasing or decreasing or constant, you have to check. So now when the time is increasing, observe when the time is increasing, what is happening? This is the slope of the line tangent, or this is the angle made by the tangent when time is t1. And this is the angle made by the tangent when time is t2. What is happening? So at t1 time, so the angle will be more. At the t2 time, the angle will be less. And nothing but what is happening? The theta is decreasing. Why here? The theta 1 is greater than theta 2, or the theta 2 is less than the theta 1. And when the time is increasing, the theta value is decreasing, and that's why the slope will be decreases. The slope will be decreases. And now coming to the, so if the graph will be like this, and next if the graph will be like this. So how can you estimate? So select the, and nothing but if you like the parabola or parabola upward, parabola downward. So now select the 3 points. Select the 3 points now here. Select the 3 points. So now draw the tangent. So these are at the t1 time, and this is at the t2 time, and this is at the t3 time. Now observe when we draw the tangent. So this is a tangent drawn, at a t1 time. So how much angle it make? This is the angle. So now consider this is a theta 1. So now this is a tangent drawn when time t2. It will be parallel to x axis. That's why here theta 2 is what? 0 degrees. Here the theta 1 will be greater than 90 degrees. Theta 2 will be 0. And now when we draw the tangent at this point. So now this is the theta 3. Now the theta 3 will be what? Theta 3 will be less than 90 degrees. And now, so up to here what is happening? Up to here and from here to here and nothing from t1 to t2. What is happening? Theta 1 is greater than 90 and nothing but the slope will be negative. And at t2 time, the what is the theta value? 0 and nothing but, so this is when the slope of the graph when the time is t1. And when the time is t1, so what is the slope of the graph? The slope of the graph will be greater than 90 degrees. That's why the slope will be negative. At the t2 time, so the slope of the graph is equal to 0. So that's why the slope is also 0. And at the t3 time, what is happening? So the slope of the graph will be less than 90. Less than 90, that's why the slope is positive. The slope is positive. And what is happening? So, and in this graph, what is happening? Initially the slope is negative, then after 0 and then after positive. And the slope is changing. Initially it is the negative, then after it will be 0 and then after it will be the positive. And now coming to this graph. Again I am taking the 3 points on the graph. So one is at the t1 time and another is at the t2 time and another one is at the t3 time. And draw the tangent at that point. So now this is a tangent drawn at the t1 time. So this is a theta 1. And when the time is t1, so the angle made by the tangent, so the theta 1 is less than 90 degrees. So that's why the slope is what? Positive. And when at the time is t2, at this point when you draw the tangent, so the tangent will be what? So that is tangent will be parallel to, the tangent will be parallel to what? X axis. So that's why at the t2 time the theta 2 will be what? 0 here. This is theta 2 is what? 0, parallel to x axis. So that's why the slope will be 0. Now at the t3 time, at this point when you draw the tangent, so I am taking here. This is a tangent drawn at which time? At the t3 time. So what is the angle made by this line? This is a theta 3. So this is how much? This will be greater than 90 degrees at the t3 time. So the angle made by the tangent with the x-axis will be greater than 90 degrees. So that's why the slope will be positive. Sorry, the slope is negative. And in this graph, what is happening? The slope is not constant. The slope is not constant. The slope sign is changing, and as well as sign is changing and value is also changing. So initially it is a positive, then after it is 0 and then after it will be negative. So in this way we can estimate the slope of the graph. But why we are estimating the slope of the graph? So when we are drawing the different types of the graphs, the slope of the graph will be gives us some physical quantity. So that's why we are estimating the slope.